Tortoise and Hare, The Great Race by Keeley. In the peaceful city of Fairy Tale Tropolis, Tortoise and Hare live happily. Hare, an athletic go-getter who currently has 338 Instagram followers, is the most popular guy in the city, and he makes all the ladies swoon. Tortoise, on the other hand, is the opposite. He is a slow, geeky guy who only has 7 Facebook followers, one of whom is his grandma, and no ladies are pining after him. Today at the Animart, Tortoise and Hare meet, and the result? I'll let you read all about that. Yes! I exclaimed, picking up a box of Pokemans and admiring the shiny golden wrapping. I placed it right next to the newest Rats Wars in my cart. I was so excited until I heard a loud, antagonistic voice behind me. What's in your cart, Torts? I looked up to see Hare and his so-called clique. He reached into my cart and grabbed my Pokemans and Rats Wars CD. What a nerd, one laughed. My 8-year-old cousin likes this stuff, another sneered. Could you please give that back? I didn't know what else to say. They looked at each other as if they were agreeing on something. Suddenly, they started throwing around my stuff and taking pictures. Then I snapped. Give me that back! I yelled as loud as my puny voice could. They stopped, and Hare glared at me. What did you just say? I said nothing. I'll see you on the track if you want your stuff back. Hare walked out with everything I just bought. As soon as I saw that he left, I was gone too. Before I could take a couple steps out, a random person approached me. Dude, you're racing Hare? He showed me a pic on Hare's and stuff. The caption said, I'm gonna race this loser at 3 today. What? 3? I had to train. I plugged in my headphones. Coincidentally, the training music you hear in those movies started playing. Duh, 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 duh. My heart beated along with the heavy drums. Sweat beads streamed down my face. This is the hardest I'd ever worked. Then I realized I had only been working out for 2 minutes. I am going to lose, I told myself. Then my grandma walked in. My little Tortuga, what is the matter? You've worked up a sweat. Her gentle voice sang like a sweet violin. I'm going to raise Hare today. She went pale and stared at me, shocked. Oh no, estás condenado, mi pobre Tortuga. I didn't understand a word she just said, but the gentle embrace she gave me must have meant it was heartfelt. Grandma pulled out a box with sweatbands and other things those pro runners use. Thank you, abuela Tortuga. She hugged me close and whispered in my ear. Go beat that fluffy little cottontail Tortuga. Before I could react, she pushed me outside, handed me a box of intricately wrapped cookies, and a good luck. That walk to the stadium was the longest walk of my life. Hare. I arrived at the stadium an hour early. My dad glared and observed me as I stretched. He'd occasionally yell, "You're doing this wrong." I don't want to race Tortoise. He seems like a cool guy. My dad heavily disagrees with that. Tortoise has just arrived. Crowds are flocking in. My phone is buzzing like crazy. Everything is going on so quickly. One of my friends ran over. He was saying something, but I didn't care. I barely knew this guy, but my dad likes him. Suddenly, my dad shoved me over to the starting line. He didn't even give a good luck or anything. I looked at Tortoise family longingly. They're so supportive, so loving. I would kill for a family like that. We lined up at the starting line. 3! I tensed up. 2! I saw Tortoise sigh. 1! This was it. Go! I ran with all my might. I didn't even see the poor guy. I could still take a nap and win. Then I saw my dad. I realized what I had to do. I pulled out my phone and started snapping. Silence echoed through the stadium. Boos roared after that. Tortoise was catching up. I could hear my dad's raging screams. You failure, he screamed. What kind of son are you, he taunted. I just kept snapping. Tortoise was far ahead of me. As soon as he crossed the finish line, I started running. I was there in seconds. Tortoise's loving family was already praising him. Then Tortoise walked over to me. Hey,
Hey,
Thanks for that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. Hare handed me back my things. I could tell something was wrong, like he was internally crying or something. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed his dad furiously stomping over.
What kind of idiot are you?
I'm sorry.
You're pathetic and weak.
I know. I oughta. Mr. Hare? As soon as I said something, he whipped over to me.
You?
Sir, why are you so angry? Because he's pathetic. Why do you say that?
Because he's not like me.
Maybe that's not a bad thing. He gave a, "Oh no you didn't," gasped and strutted away in a manly fashion.
Hey,
Thanks, dude, Hare said awkwardly. No problemo, I reassured him. I'm sorry for being such a jerk. Could we start over? I hesitated. I'm sorry. I could tell he was being sincere. It's okay, I forgive you. And a friendship bloomed. The end. Da-na-na-na.